Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and if you're an old subscriber, welcome back and thank you so much for sticking around. I'm Rispar Muliro, and today we have my hubby.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Wherever you're watching us from, my first time here in this YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing and supporting my wife here. Uh, Continue subscribing if you have not subscribed, and welcome to today's channel.
So guys, today we want to take you guys back to have everything started. We want to answer all your questions, everything you've been asking for, and everything on how we started building this house up to this point. And my hubby will be helping me to answer most of your questions because he was the one dealing with most of the things. So I hope you enjoy this vlog and I hope you watch until the end. Welcome, babe. So let's
Okay.
get started.
Yeah, we saw so many questions about how this house was constructed. It's been a long journey. It's been like 3 years now. Is it 3 years?
Yeah, almost three.
Yeah, almost 3. It's not yet complete, but we are hoping to complete it soon. For us, it was just a step of faith. We didn't have all the cash at the same time to build all this, but slowly by slowly, whatever we got, we put into it, and finally, it's starting to pay off. So this house, I saw a lot of questions on what did the foundation cost, what did the walling cost, and what did the roofing cost. But for me, I only began with what I had. So, for example, the first time that I was doing foundation, I did a tipper full of bush stones, and that's what I began with. And then also I did ballast, one tipper, and then sand, one tipper, and then hardcore, also one tipper. So that roughly cost me like 150,000. That is minus the labor. So the labor would come to around 40,000.
So roughly it was around almost 200.
Yes, it was around 200,000. So I was
So
not in a rush, and I didn't want to do substandard work. So I just wanted to come up with.
so what were some of the challenges that you faced during the foundation period?
Yeah, the challenges, I would say, apart from getting the money, of course, it's tough times right now in Kenya and all that. But the main challenge was transport. It cost me a lot to get materials on site, because when I started this house, the fuel prices were very high, very high. So transporting the foundation stones cost me around 20,000. The sand cost me around 15,000. Yeah, and the other one also, the ballast, cost me around 10 or 15,000. So the cost was high, and also the labor costs, because we involve a lot of manpower when you're doing the foundation. So roughly the foundation costs around 250,000. Yeah.
And then someone was asking, like the materials. Did you go to buy them yourself, or did you let the fundis buy them? Like how did you go about it?
For me, I decided to get everything myself. I'm passionate about construction. I just acquired this urge to follow construction, so I've been watching a lot of construction material, and I've been going to so many site visits. And also, this comes back when I was still hustling.
Yeah,
When I was still hustling, I used to go to a lot of sites to do work when I was still in campus. So I think this made it easier for me because I knew most of the things.
You got to experience.
Yes, and it has really saved me a lot of money when it comes to construction, because I know everything about construction, and there's nothing that someone may tell me that is totally new to me. So I went all the way to the quarry by myself, and I negotiated the price. And before doing that, I negotiated the price for a tipper that was going to ferry the stones. So when I got there, I just called the tipper person, tell him I'm here at the quarry, you need to come. And
then you
because if you go
fast,
to that quarry, there are several people there who have transport, but they will hike the transport because they are the ones that are there. So
and they think you are desperate,
yes,
like you
so
really need the materials.
yeah, that was one of the ways that I used to cut the cost. Otherwise, this foundation would have costed more. So yeah, that's basically the foundation.
So someone was asking how you acquired this place, like what was the process? What did you have to do? What are the do's and the don'ts when you want to acquire land and everything? Can you tell us more about that?
Well, for this place, it's in the village. So acquiring land, first of all, you have to involve so many people. You involve the person you're buying the land from. You need to negotiate the price. So majorly here, people don't sell their land easily unless they have financial issues.
Difficult.
So this person who decided to give us this land was facing financial issues. He wanted to take his son to college. So we negotiated the price, and it came to around 600,000. The land is 100 by 100. So I think that's like in the city, that's
100 by 200.
Yes, sorry, it's 100 by 200. So roughly that's like 250 by 100s in the city. So that's quite affordable, because in the city, if you get such a piece of land, it could even 2 million, 3 million. So 650 was quite a bargain. And
like in the
here,
650, have you included the surveyor and whatever, everything?
No. For the surveyor, you have to do it separate. First of all, you have to do the search at the land office. That one costed me around 10,500 to do the search, so that you can verify the ownership. After verifying the ownership, you involve a surveyor. My surveyor took around 30,000. So it came roughly to 50,000 to do all this. After the surveyor came on site and identified the beacons and showed us where the beacons are, we involved now the transfer process, which costed around another 20. So that makes it
almost
50.
700.
Yeah. So if you add all that, it comes to around 700,000. So here we didn't involve a lawyer. What we did is we involved the area chief and some witnesses. So we drafted an agreement, and the area chief was present, and we signed. The owner of the land signed, and then we did a bank transfer to the owner of the land. And we are glad, actually, right now as we speak, the money was able to help the landowner, because the son has just finished college and is right now working. So he's become a teacher, so that's a blessing to both him and me. So apart from that, there was also the cost of clearing. This area was so bushy. but that one is not a lot of money because you just involve someone from the village. You give them 2,000 and they just clear the whole place. But as you see right now, it still needs a lot of landscaping, which we are trying to do. Yeah, and it's going to cost me around 10,000.
So what advice would you give someone who's trying to purchase land right now?
Yeah, the advice is just to do your due diligence because there are a lot of scammers and land issues that are going on. Someone sells you land and later
the land has disputes and you have to
the family members are coming up and claiming the land again and you're already paid. It takes you to court, you spend a lot of money in court and you end up not solving the issue and you get frustrated. So just do your due diligence. If you can involve professionals, don't skip the steps. Involve a land surveyor, do a search, and then involve as many people as possible. Because here I remember even going to neighbors and asking about the land, if it had any disputes, before now involving the landowner. So after verifying that, and we had some village elders as witnesses and also the area chief. So that kind of made things a bit easier. Yeah.
That was it about purchasing this place, and it's a beautiful home, honestly. And we are so happy and we are proud that we made that decision because so far we don't regret actually. This small space has turned into a beautiful home for us, and it's putting smile on our faces, and we are happy and we are proud, right? Yeah. So after purchasing the land, the next thing we did was fencing, right?
Yeah, fencing. Fencing is it seems simple, but is very costly. Very costly. I remember we used 3 rolls of barbed wire here. We haven't done the chain link yet, but we just used cedar posts. Here in my cedar posts, I got them in Kisumu. So one was going for 300 shillings. So I had to buy like 200 of them. So that comes to around 60,000. Yeah. And then transport was around 6,000. Yeah. So roughly plus the nails comes to around 70,000. But also we remember you have to buy cement. You have to buy ballasts. For ballasts, cost me around 6,000. Just a small wheel pickup.
How many bags of cement did you use?
I used like 6 bags of cement. So back then it was a bit cheaper. Right now cement goes for around 900 here.
Per bag?
Yes. Okay. But back then it was 800.
Okay.
So 6 bags cost around 48. Let's just say. So all of it like plus the labor cost me around 100,000 shillings.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was
to put
just
up
the fencing.
The fence, to make sure the poles are on site and to make sure the labor is paid and the chain link. So it cost me around 100,000.
So most people maybe are wondering why you decided to use cement and ballast in putting the poles, because some people they just dig a hole and then they put it in. So why did you make that decision?
Yeah, here in our area, there's a lot of what do you call them? Not ants. This.
Mchwa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mutual. I don't know what that name is. Please tell us in the comment section
is it not
below.
It's what the ants.
Okay.
Involve all of
Yeah,
them.
biologists, please tell us. There's a lot of ants. Let's use ants for now. that destroy these poles. That's why you even had to go with cedar posts, because they are usually very of good quality and it's hard for the ants to attack them. So I use that because even if you just dig a hole and put them in like that, they won't be firm. So when you mix ballasts, you do concrete, it becomes very strong and it lasts for long. So like now it's very strong and it's 2 years down the line. Not even a single of them has been attacked by those
Yeah, they're still
ants,
strong. Like
and
they're
they're
still
still
so strong.
strong.
We'll show you later on,
Yeah,
guys, but they're still so strong even after 2 years.
yeah.
And it was a good investment, because if you can't afford, if right now you can't afford to build that perimeter wall,
Yes.
you can start with this for the time being, and then as time goes, if you are able, then you can put a perimeter wall.
Yes.
Yeah, you go according to how your pocket allows you, because building already takes a toll on someone's finances. So
Yeah. Yeah, and here is very safe. Most of the homes here don't have even fences
gates,
or
fences,
gates.
like, yeah.
So this was just to, because we value our privacy and all that. So this was just to ensure that we have our privacy,
Yeah.
and also to just make sure that we don't have random people walking inside our home.
Yeah, because in the village, people can turn your home kwa barabara. How do you say that in English?
Yeah, the
Anyway,
people here are very social, so you
you
might
just be
end up
sitting
not
and
doing
then,
anything the whole day. They will just be visiting all of them. So it's not in a
okay,
bad
we
way.
don't
We
mind. We
don't
don't
mind
mind her visiting.
visitors,
Yeah,
but
but we need some
when it
privacy.
becomes too much, you find it hard even to do your own things.
Yeah.
So we do have visitors coming.
Yeah, they come, but it is better when you see someone coming instead of just someone comes from behind. They're like, hey, but inakushtua. You're like, oh. So we just value a little bit of privacy. We don't mind having visitors. Of course, people are welcome any day, anytime, and we always welcome them whenever they come. But at least unaona mtu akikuja, you see someone coming, you're happy, you welcome them instead of being surprised from the back. Yeah. So that is it about the fencing.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back.
Yeah.
We had to go on a break, a short break. Anyway, the next thing that we did is the walls.
Yeah, yeah.
How did you go about it?
The walling.
The materials and everything.
Yeah, that's actually the major one. Because we didn't just do a kawaida wall. It's kind of special. I didn't want this house to look so common like the rest of it. So if you look at our walling, it took a lot of detail. We did colored stones, and this one you have to go to the quarry. You have to make a special order. So we have different colors, as you see in our video. There's green, there's a bit of lilac, there's green, yeah. So me and together with my mason, we came up on how he was going to arrange them so that they look unique. But before that, we had to involve people who carve them into shape. So there's usually the usual step of carving them into blocks, because when they come, they are disfigured. They are not like square or rectangular in shape. So
You had to give them
they
shape.
have to first make it rectangular, and then there's this design called wooch. So they have to like outline it and make it look good. So you have to pay those people
to shape them.
First of all, to just shape them into rectangular shape, and then now to do the design again, you have to pay them. So per stone, it was coming to around 30 shillings per stone.
And how many stones were there?
Can't really remember, but roughly it took around 3,000, because we did four tippers. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, like how much cement did you use, sand and everything?
Yes. Now for the walling, the work was not so slow. It was very fast, actually.
Like, are you talking about the outside wall?
We are talking about the walling.
For all of it?
We are at the walling.
Okay.
The sand, we used, I think, 2 tippers, and then I used around 60 bags of cement to get it to the lintel stage. That is excluding the lintel. So you can do your math. Please do your math. Right now, the cost of cement is around 900. That is minus the transportation. For here, if you use the normal means, like a boda would charge you 50 bob per bag. So that's
from the shop to here.
From the shop to here. But for me, I did bulk purchase. So I used to do like 20 bags, also to control the foodies.
How they use it, how they manage.
Some you trust people, but at times they can disappoint you. So I like to use. I like to be cautious. So I used to give them 2 bags once they finish it. I used to give them 20 bags once they finish the 20. I can give them the rest. So I think we use roughly 60 bags.
One thing I've come to realize is that when you're building a house, especially if you're building the house and you're not present, like you are working in the city, you get to spend a lot in terms of materials. They don't manage them well. Some misuse, and some even lie about buying the entire stuff. So if you don't manage to control the situation and to manage how the materials are being used, you will end up spending even more, right?
Yeah.
You'll end up spending even more than what you expected. Alafu, one thing I also come to realize, some of these fundis, they're not accurate with the quotations that they give. You will find after they've finished, after they've started working, the bags of cement you bought or the amount of sand you bought is not even enough. They'll tell you, no, it's not enough, have to add more. So you keep spending and spending and spending. So sometimes when you're budgeting, you have to at least add extra for extra expenses, right?
Yeah. So for me, actually, I didn't like, for the fundis here in the village, in the city, they are paid, like the masons are paid 2,000 per day. So here in the village, I was lucky to get a friend who used to take 1,500 per day. So I used to involve like 3 of them. So that comes to around 4,500 per day. Yeah, and you have people who do the handmen. Yeah,
watu wa mkono.
Yeah, here they take 500 per day. So they had like 4 of them. That's another 2,000.
Yeah.
So that comes to around 6,500
in a day.
So the walling, we did it for like it was like 20 days.
That is almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, 20 days.
Almost 3 weeks. Yeah.
So you have to make sure that when they are working per day, you have to ensure that they meet the target. So for me, we bargained, like all of the walling. I asked them how long will it take you. so that I know that this is the cost per day that we have agreed, and this is the amount of days that it's going to take you. Because if you tell them it's only per day, then they'll end up slowing down the work. And yeah, so if you decide to pay them per day, they might slow down the work just to get the extra pay. So it's good you agree first on the day, and then now you agree on the rate per day, and then you make sure they do it. You monitor so that after a day, you see if they have reached the target. Like, for example, roughly you would say in a day, maybe you have completed 2 courses. Yeah. So for the walling, roughly, for the labor, it cost me around, if you do the math, like
6,000 per day
6,000 per day
20.
times 20. Yeah, you'll get the figure. You can let us know down there below. Yes. I don't really have. It's been years. Because we've done this house slowly, so I don't really have the correct figures. But maybe we can do another vlog to break down the cost, everything, because I did every purchase, so I can be able to remember each and every cost. But if you have any questions, you
just go ahead
comment
and
down below, so that
and
we
can
answer them in the next
answer
vlog. You in the next vlog.
So another question. I'm sorry, we've already reached the walling part, but allow me to take you back a little bit. The planning of this house, like how did you come about it? The plan, did you have to buy it? Like how did it go? And then did you follow the plan, like the entire plan while building the house, or did you have to modify something?
Yes. So for the plan, what I did is that I had several friends that were in the construction industry. So, and I also had a friend who is an architect. So the friend gave me a plan. Usually the plans are usually expensive. So for bungalows, you'll find like 20,000 to 30,000 shillings. So this for us being friends, it meant a lot to him. So when I came up with the idea that I wanted to do a house and I didn't have a plan, so he gave me several to choose from. He decided to give me the plan. But apart from that, when a friend is gifting you something, you can't just leave them like that. So I gave him 10K. So but he asked me not to share. Instead, if someone wants a plan, we can refer them to him. Or if you want the same plan that I have, you can reach out to me and I can give it to you. But you also have to pay a fee so that I can give to him as an appreciation.
A token of appreciation, because he really helped us.
He has helped us to design it, and it's a classy plan. It cost us around 10,000. So that was for the plan, but we did a few tweaks when we got into the ground. Like my mason saw that the bedroom was a bit small, so he decided to extend it a bit, and also the master bedroom, we wanted something spacious. And the original plan did not have like a bathtub, so we had to compromise our pantry. So we decided to have a smaller pantry so that we could accommodate our bathtub, and also
the living
room. The living room. We extended the living room, and also the door. There was a door that we changed. There was a door to the kitchen. I was supposed to be in the corridor going to the bedroom. We changed it and put it on the other side of the dining
area.
In the dining area. So there was just a few small tweaks, but overall the plan was fantastic.
Look at the house. It's beautiful. I love the entire plan, by the way. It is so beautiful. And then after walling.
Yes, after walling now comes the hardest part in construction, that you feel like just giving up. And it's not even roofing. Roofing is like the worst, but this one is frustrating because you don't see progress. It's called the lintel. the lintel involves a lot of buying of the metal, and metals are super expensive. Metals are super expensive.
the metal rods.
The metal rods, yeah. There's the 10, and then there's the other sections where you put D8. So, and also there's these small ones that are called is it Y8? Yeah. So the metal rods are so expensive because if you do a D10 comes to around 1,020 shillings, and we needed a lot of them. I can't quite remember how many we used, but you see, for a column, they have to like tie 4 D10s, and then they use the Y6 to tie them. Yeah, and the binding wire you also have to buy. So it took a lot of money. I remember it took around over 200,000 to just get the lintel, because now the lintel is the one holding the wall all together, the entire house. So it's a step you can't skip, but it's very expensive because you don't see. Lintel. Yes, you'll just see the lintel. Okay. So it's super expensive. You don't see progress because you expect when you're spending money, you're seeing something big.
Yeah, so you feel like you're stuck.
You feel like you're stuck. And then after that, you have to do the roofing, which is the most expensive part of a house, because you can't do it bit by bit. You have to do it all at the same time.
So tell us more about the roofing part.
Yes, the roofing is the most expensive part in any building. Not in any building, let's just say for us. First of all, it depends on the type of roofing you want to do. We had several choices. I had the option of doing a flat roof, and also I had the option of doing the normal roof. Yeah. So there's also the hidden roof, which I see so many people doing, but the risk that comes with it is what I didn't want to. I didn't want to go down that road because
it has a lot of risks.
It's very risky, especially right now during the rainy season. Yeah. If you don't get someone who is a professional at fixing it, you end up with a lot of leakages, and you have to do a lot of repairs, and it brings a lot of frustration, because if you are done your ceiling board, it means you have to do the roofing, you have to do the ceiling board again, and then maybe it may even cause some of your stuff in the house to be destroyed. Like, yeah.
In short, we just didn't want to do.
So we didn't want to risk all that. So we went for the conventional roofing, which is the hip roof. So this was in the plan when we designed this house, and for the roofing, I would say the whole of it cost me around 700,000. That is the material. The labor, I paid 100,000. Yes. And the mabatis, we used the gauge 28 from MRM, and we chose versatile, which is black. So it cost me around 750 plus, if you involve even the transportation. So roofing is so expensive. But first of all, what I would advise someone is you decide on which type of roof you want. You decide on the material you want to use, because it can come down if you use gauge 30, which is a bit lighter. And also it depends on the wood that you're using. It is usually advisable. For me, I used the blue gum for the king posts and the other ones. But for the trusses, I use the 2x2s. I use the cypress because it's usually soft, and the fundi liked it. So that's what I used. But roofing can be expensive. I would advise that you source for the material by yourself. For me, I went to MRM offices here in Kisumu, and they did a quote. and I paid. They delivered in like a week's time. So, and after that, I went to the timber yard, and here is where it can get expensive again. So, if you need the tricks on how to go about this when you're at the timber yard, you can comment down below and we'll be able to assist you.
Yeah, and if someone wants maybe you to help, maybe they're building a house and they would like for you to help, it's also available.
Yes, I'm available to help all of you. If you are doing construction, you need any tips or advice, you can just.
Or if you want him to manage your construction site, you can still. I'll give you his contact. I'll put his contact in the description box because you see experience. Experience is the
There's
best
a lot of
teacher.
experience,
Yeah.
but I'm usually very busy actually, so it might take a time for me to respond, and it will take a lot of planning for us to get. But I'm available to assist in any way that I can.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give someone who is building a 3-bedroom house?
My advice would be start small, start with whatever you have. You may not be able to get all the money
at the same time. Yeah.
Just start with what you have. If you have 50,000, you can buy things that cannot go bad, like stones. You will always need stones. No, cement, no.
It goes bad?
Yes. Okay. Once it catches cold and then
inashikana
inakuwa mawe. So you can't do that for cement. So you can do that for stone, you can do that for sand, you can do that for ballasts. Yes, you start small, you can store them. Even the iron sheets you can buy and keep them somewhere that is good. You can start with the steel doors. Yes, I remember us, we started with with the steel doors. Can you imagine the first thing that we bought before? The steel doors, these steel doors and the windows. Those were the first things we bought. We're like, what to build a house? How do we start? Let's start by buying the doors. It sounded crazy at that time, but it was a perfect idea, because when you're building, like if you want to save money for you to build, sometimes you'll be able to do it, but sometimes the money you'll never be able to save until you reach 1 million or 2 million sometimes. Yeah, if you can do that, go for it. But if you cannot, you see the little you have, even if it's 10k, buy something. It is a step forward, right? Yeah, you buy something and you start, because that is how we started. We started by the door, we went to the windows, and then what is the glasses. We also bought the glasses. We just started buying things little by little, and then here we are. This is it
where
saves
we are
you
right
a lot of stress when you have to pay the labor. At the same time you have to buy the material. It's a bit stressful, so it saves you that stress because you only need to pay the labor. For us, when we had done now the walling and the roofing, and we already had the doors and the windows, so we only needed to pay the labor for someone to come and fix
and
them.
then don't pressure yourself. Building, it takes time. You take your time. When you get something, do it. And then when you feel like you're straining, take a break, adjust yourself, and then continue. That way it will give you something perfect, something you're looking forward to. Instead of rushing, sometimes kukimbiza, you end up making a lot of mistakes. Unapata, we forgot to do something, we have to break this wall, we have to move this and this and this. So sometimes just take your time and then do your due diligence. You want certain type something, do your due diligence. This is what I want it like this. Piga research, zunguka, tafuta chenye unataka. Once you have it, put it in place, right? Yeah. So our house is not yet complete, but this interview, unfortunately, we have to end it here. We will continue part 2 in the next vlog because we have to go somewhere. So thank you so much for watching until this point. We really appreciate you. And babe, you have something to say?
Please support her. This is her YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So please keep subscribing, like, share, comment, and let's uplift each other. I'm here to uplift you. She's here to uplift you. In case of anything, you just reach out to us and we'll be able to help.
See you in the next vlog. Bye-bye.
Bye.